The Antonio Pasqualino International Puppet Museum of Palermo was founded in 1975 by the Association for the Conservation of Folk Traditions, following the will of Antonio Pasqualino, a surgeon and an anthropologist expert of the history and culture of Sicily. The association, presided by Rosario Perricone, was established in a period of deep crisis of the Opera dei Pupi, that is Sicilian traditional puppet theatre.
The International Museum of Puppets in Palermo has a very long story by now, and was founded by my husband and myself and several friends and professors of the University of Palermo. First of all, we started to collect the puppets, but very soon we started to understand that we had to know very many things, and we made interviews and friendships with the puppeteers.
The researches undertaken allowed to know in depth the Opera dei Pupi. Moreover, the long-term friendship and collaboration with puppeteers from all over Sicily led to innovate the shows in order to attract new audiences.
We found out that the puppeteers, the old-fashioned way of making the performance, was very slow. It was actually a sort of club. The same people came every evening, and they had a story that continued every day for about 300 days of the year, and this made it a very long show. And this made that my husband were working with some of the puppeteers, teaching them to make shorter their performances, and also to make a performance that could stay in its own, that is, that you could see without knowing beforehand all the story.
In a period of deep crisis for Sicilian Opera dei Pupi, the association worked as a mediator between puppet companies and local, national and international institutions.
We also tried to get some help from the local institutions, and we got a very small help for them, but at that moment it was necessary to be able to have the pay of the theater, and that was just a room on the side of the level of the street, and also to get money for paying the electricity that usually was only 1 or 2 electric lamps. People started to understand that it was a good work we were doing, and Piersanti Mattarella was giving or suggesting that we ask for the help from the regional government. We got it, and this permitted us to open the first museum in Palazzo Fatta. And this was a great change. First of all, everybody was very happy, because the public of puppets, that used to go to the puppeteers, but then they didn't do it anymore because it was not noble enough. It was not. It was considered something for poor people. But now that we were doing it in the palace, then everybody came, and also the highbrow people that never could think of going to a puppeteer in a poor street, he would come. and he would enjoy the performance. And this was very, very important for getting known and getting the puppeteers to be known. And the museum more and more became an institution that were ready to help. We made a festival, and this festival in the beginning was only for puppeteers, but very soon it became an international festival. We call it Morgana, and now we are a museum theater, or a theater museum, and we have performances. The things are not, they are not dead hanging, but they are exposed as if they are in scenery.
The museum's engagement in the preservation and promotion of the Opera dei Pupi was awarded. In 2001, the UNESCO declared the Opera dei Pupi a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity, following the submission of an application supported by the museum. And in 2014, the association was accredited as an NGO counselor of the UNESCO Committee of ICH by virtue of its recognized competence in the field of study and research of cultural heritage. The number of puppet companies has raised, and they still collaborate with the museum. Traditional and innovative performances, educational workshops are organized both inside and outside the museum. Notwithstanding, new efforts are necessary, and the adopted strategy based on an intercultural and interdisciplinary approach needs to be further implemented to face the challenges of the contemporary world.